Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another exciting episode of Furious with Fabian Fury. I'm your host, Fabian Fury, and this week we'll have part 2 of our interview with Regime Noir, episode 5, if you guys are keeping track, and here we go with the show. Well, on to another thing. What's the other song you got? Identity?
Identity Workshop. Yeah, that's kind of speaks to what we were talking about earlier about the internet and, the culture of the internet, and what it's...
Projecting image above substance.
Yeah, image above
kind
substance.
Kind of creating this persona, that fits what's current, fits, what's in fashion and style, saying the right things, sound clips, prefabricated photos, things like that, with no substance behind it.
Well, it's just people's obsession with technology, too, and, how technology is just...
Runs everything.
Oh, it's isolating us, and there's a line in the song that's like, together, alone. Like, yeah, we're together, but we're alone because we're here, And that's...
Yeah, like you notice people that go out to eat, everybody's on their cell phone checking instead of talking to each other.
I noticed that particularly the other day. There was a family of 4, and while they were waiting for their food, there was a man and wife, 2 kids. All 4 of them were sitting there on their phones. They were not having a single word of conversation with each other.
The thing that blew me away, I went to go see U2 in concert about 3 weeks ago, and I've been waiting to see that band for probably my whole adult life, And I was there, and the last thing on my mind would be to pull out my phone and
tweet about
it, watch or just
read the tweets.
People around me, I'd say 70% of the time they were on their phone. They were they were just emailing or tweeting or. I was telling Chris, a lady was recording the video prompter, so she wasn't even enjoying the actual performance, the fact that the band was there live, but she was recording the damn band on the video screen. I'm like, what's
and
the
then
point of
posting
that?
it.
That's the fucking bitch I hate. Seriously, because I'm like, oh my god, I want to look up a certain band or whatever. I'm like live performance, and then on YouTube, that's the thing it shows me. But it's kind of grainy anyways. But you're like, screw it, I'm gonna click on it. So you click on it, and it's just this grainy ass cell phone video of with bad audio and everything, and you can't make out, and you're just like, screw it, and you go to the next one, and it's the same thing, and it's like the same idiot was at that show, doing the same exact thing, and it was like,
hey, you said you liked my video.
Well, I guess now it's like a status thing. Hey, look, I was at YouTube. YouTube, look what I did. I was there. I recorded it. Shitty recording, but I did it.
Yeah, not even really enjoying the experience or.
I noticed that
legends on stage
going to Coachella, how shitload of cell phones are out and people are recording and tweeting and posting their status on Facebook that I'm at Coachella. It's like, dude, just put that phone away and enjoy the.
Yeah, these guys may be dead
music
next year.
Yeah,
and that one chance you had to see and enjoy the songs that you love. You may not be able to do that again.
Yeah, because I went to the first Coachella and I noticed cell phones weren't that big. They were just to talk and starting to text. So people didn't pull out anything to do. People would try to call hey, well, yeah, I'm over here listening to such and such, but not as bad as it is now where everybody's on it and nobody's paying attention to what's going on. They're more interested in what their friends are thinking of them being at such and such place.
Yeah, and that's the song, and that's.
It's like, well, I need approval on this, or I need gratification that what I'm doing is worthwhile, or somebody liked this, or give it a thumbs up, or.
Yeah, and I think when we started writing these the Identity Workshop, I think I came to a point where I started to realize, man, culture has changed a lot, and you're not going to be judged anymore just by your how much you worked at your craft. It's more about how much you worked at having a number on Instagram or a number on Facebook
many friends
or a number. I'm like, because I would notice that people when you get people's attention, that's what gets their attention. It's not like, oh, I'm playing a really cool I'm switching keys in the song, or I'm doing this really cool polyrhythmics.
It's like how many followers you have.
It's like, oh, how many, and that's what I would always get asked. Well, how many followers you have? I'm like, is that the basis? Is that how we judge what's good and what's not?
It's like, oh, you only got 100? Oh, I'm not going to go check you out.
That blows my mind, because what are we teaching future generations? Don't work at something. Don't work at learning your instrument or being good at it or challenging yourself. Just
create a brand.
Create a brand. You know,
create an image.
Find 1,000 friends to like you, and that's it. You know, and
do something stupid so they like you. Like get naked on a cell phone video and post that.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So.
Now that we have this time to talk about things, there is an awesome line that in one of the songs. I still can't remember the song titles, but Israel, I've always wanted to ask you about this awesome line. It says I think it says the current challenge the tide. Is that familiar?
Oh, from Path Not Drawn.
Yeah.
Upset the current and challenge the tide.
Oh, upset the current.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, still, it's a badass line. I like it.
The current is like the flow, and the flow is like a metaphor for like the followers, and what the followers are doing. So if you to challenge them, step out and challenge that, upset the current. It's a really fancy way to just say,
don't be a sheep.
Don't be a fucking sheep. Yeah.
Don't be a sheep.
I like it. I always find myself singing it.
That's very. I like that.
I try.
Very, very interesting.
I think I was drunk that.
You're drunk at the beach.
Yeah. I was like trying to learn how to surf, and it wasn't working out for me. Damn you, current!
I challenge you. Where's my gun?
We shoot this water.
I kept shooting it, but it wouldn't stop.
Kept coming at me.
These bullets do nothing.
So enough about us. What about you, Fabian? I noticed you're wearing a green St. Patrick's Day shirt.
St. Patty's shirt. It's my gym shirt.
And we're in June.
It's a gym shirt, man. I just wear whatever to go to the gym. I don't care what people.
St. Patty's Day every day if you want.
I don't care.
No reason to stop celebrating. After
like I have like this shirt from another wrestling group. They're called what are they called? Death Rage Cartel, and they got like the eagle or the bird that was from the Nazis. I never noticed it. It's a damn shirt from a wrestling group that I know, and like, hey, I'm gonna buy your shirt, support the team. And I wore it to the gym, and people were like, "Man, you racist, this and that. How could you be wearing that? And look how dark you are." And I'm like, "What? What? It's just wrestling shirt." Yeah. And then I know, like, oh yeah, well, it's that bird that resembles the Nazi one. I'm like, well, it's better than having a swastika on my back. Yeah, I don't pay attention to what I wear. I don't care. I mean, it's like my buddy's band shirt. I'll wear it. Yeah. I don't pay attention what's on it until after when people start questioning it. But so what about your shirt, Brian? What are you wearing brand names and stuff like that?
Brand names. This is a Volcom shirt. It's Illuminati.
Volcom saved his life.
Yeah. What's up with that Mickey's tattoo you have on your right?
It's actually the Green Hornet, but people keep thinking it's Mickey's. Well, I'm just a big Mickey's drinker. They sponsor me,
Or they will.
They will hopefully eventually. If they pay, I'll be like, yeah, it's a Mickey's tattoo. But if they don't, it's Green Hornet. Depending who's paying, Yeah, you like Pepsi or Coke? Well, who paid me last?
True.
Oh, that's funny. Pepsi, is that true that what's CM Punk? He has that.
Oh yeah, he has a Pepsi logo tattooed on his arm.
Oh, okay. So that is true then.
Yeah.
So what's the background story behind that? Since you're the wrestler,
maybe he was from the Generation Next thing. That's why he put it on there. I have no idea. I never asked him about his tattoos. But then, what about yours with your Cobra tattoo? What is it?
I don't have Cobra tattoo.
What you got?
You're referring
your
to
G.I. Joe
Arashikage.
Yeah. Well, what about that?
Yeah. Well, I was a big G.I. Joe fan. Not a fan of like the live action movies or whatever. They're super
just the animation, the comics.
But like, growing up with that stuff and the toys, that was always awesome.
Who's your favorite character? What's your favorite?
Snake Eyes.
Of course, Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is awesome. Snake Eyes.
I love Destro.
Snake Eyes and actually Cobra Commander were like my favorite ones.
Oh man, you're trying to dress up as Destro on Halloween?
No,
oh really,
dude?
That's awesome. No, I need to see that.
Amazing. I will show that to you. Oh my god, I like went all out. Like yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
That's funny. I didn't even know you liked G.I. Joe like that.
Oh, yeah,
dude. One of my things I want to do that's on the bucket list is go to Comic-Con. I want to be dressed up as Cobra Commander,
dude,
and go with
Let's go.
Like go with a chick that'll dress up like the Baroness.
My girlfriend. My girlfriend was dressed up as a Baroness.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. I was telling you that picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
We gotta show it and post it on the website now because people are gonna want to see this. So what about you? You got any tattoos?
No tattoos.
Yeah, Chris, I can see one on your arm.
The plunge.
Yeah, Notation, one of my favorite Radiohead songs.
What's a Radiohead?
Yeah, what is? Care to tell us what Radiohead is? I think it was before our time.
Back in the golden age of the 90s, there were these things called bands, and they would play acoustic analog instruments. They would actually physically touch them and create sound.
Also, it's not an actual Radiohead on your arm.
So, what else besides the Radiohead?
And I have a Minor Threat tattoo on my other arm. That's one of my favorite bands as well. And a couple of other random things assorted.
I know this guy got some like dead birds on your arm. What are those birds?
It's funny because when I was getting it, it's not a dead. It's a dead dove, and it's from one of my favorite bands, which is Saves the Day. And off of one of my favorite albums, which is the In Reverie album. Yeah, I liked it, and it was funny because when I was getting the tattoo, there was like some like cholo essay guy there. He was like, it was funny because he made the comment. He saw the guy that was tattooing the dead dove on my arm, and then I just hear him go like he looked at it and he was like, he like turned away and like. Looked at everybody else who was like working in the shop. He's like, "Trip out, eh? This guy's getting a dead bird, eh?" I was like, "What the hell?"
Did you tell him it's like he represents no peace?
No, I just was like,
"Peace is dead."
I was just, no, I don't know.
So I see the bird, and then there's another bird eating the dead dove. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you'll have to look at the album cover to see because I did my own.
Oh, you did your
rendition
own rendition of it.
No, it looks like I did it myself.
and then you got one on a calf of the Misfits. Is that a big influence?
No, you were going to bring that up, huh?
Yeah,
you were there too for that one. The elephant.
I was there. I was there for that. Oh yeah, I was there for the elephant.
Yeah, of course you were there for that.
I forgot about that one.
And then the Misfit skull, which I got with a buddy besides you. The three of us were there. Well, you introduced me to her, Tita. She does awesome work.
Great tattoo artist, Tita. What is it? Hitana tattoos. Yeah, we got to post your stuff up.
Honestly, I feel bad. I probably got 86 from there because I used to get like drunk right before I got tattooed.
Drunk before you get a tattoo.
And it was like the shop was like a nail salon. Right, like during the day, and then like at night, shady business in the back. No.
Well, no, it was split. It was like one building split, and it was a nail salon and tattoo shop in the back. But like the tattoo shop's like all hours, so it'd be there like 2 a.m, getting your skull on your leg, where the ink wasn't taking because you were drinking too much and you kept bleeding out.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, and then I'd wake up with like dried. Crumble like broken up pieces of ramen. They're like, where the hell did you even find ramen in here? Like, it was like somebody's probably like emergency lunch that I like just went
and ate it.
Yeah, and
ate
just
dry ramen, or did you put beer in it?
No, I don't know.
So were the Misfits a big influence in you growing up? That you had to get that?
That tattoo is more like it had to do with. Just
growing up,
absolutely. Just skating. I remember watching skate videos with my friend who also got the tattoo. We would go to his house, watch skate videos. Like Jamie Thomas and Chad Muska and all these like skaters we like grew up with. We get like pumped and then go out, and then try to like do the same thing, and it was awesome. And I think my buddy came over with a Misfits CD he had bought. It was, I don't remember the name of the album, but it was green. It was green, and of course it had the Misfits skull in black in front.
With green with that song on it.
Yeah, with that one song.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was like
138.
It was high school, so of course I'm being like bombarded with all this awesome music. Like No Effects, of course. No Effects, Bad Religion. Wow, so many. I think so many. It's just like I can't even say. Yeah, no, it's just
that I can think of. Too worth remembering.
No, and then like Minor Threat. Listening to them as well. I only listened to like one album of them, and then
the one that matters.
No, was that the one that's like orange with like the cigarette-looking guy on it? That's like a beer.
Oh, which one's the one you got tattooed on your arm? Oh, so you got the band logo. I thought you got like a cover.
Pretty much. Well, yeah, it is on one of the covers.
Yeah,
of
the sheep is.
But it's one recognizable.
Yeah, it's like recognizable, associated with the band, like kind of like the.
Yeah, they got that from like a movie, from like a 30s film.
Yeah, it was from. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What other ones you got, Chris? Besides,
I have a Dodgers tattoo because
you got the LA.
Yeah,
really do
to represent where you're from. Oh, I don't think I ever get the LA on me. I'm not much of a Dodger fan. But
I'm going to Berkeley tomorrow. I'm going to be showing my LA tattoo. Probably get my ass kicked.
Oh
so.
yeah.
So that'll be. Yeah, I'm going up there tomorrow.
Anything else besides?
Hey, just stay away from those balconies. Too soon?
Too soon. Some stuff kind of in memory of some.
We can edit that.
Get it in post.
Some stuff like in memory of some relatives who passed away. Stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Brian, any other ones you got that you care to mention?
No, I'm good.
Brian has lots.
Come on, let's make this a whole tattoo segment.
No. I think that's it. Right?
So while Chris Israel, I have your faces tattooed on my back.
Well, the most important one I got was, of course, my daughter's name, which I have on my wrist. So.
Oh, cute.
No. But yeah, that's no, but that one's the most important, and because I designed it too. So
and then you cover it up with your watch because you're ashamed of it. Yeah, I see how it is. Only I could see it.
Well, I don't want to cock block myself.
Hey, who is that? Is that your ex-girlfriend? What is that? Is that what they question?
Who's Juana?
Who's Juanita? Why do you have her on your wrist? So is it a cock block? The name on your wrist, really? With the
Do you
girls?
remember Alex? You remember Alex? He worked with us.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Yeah, he's before I came along. It was Fabian and these guys and this other guy named Alex, and they were like the cool guys of like the hospital. They'd walk around and chest all out, and like walking all tall and proud.
This is before I came along.
Yeah, before he came along.
And it was funny because he had a son, and I remember he when his kid was maybe like. I think we had our kids like right around the same time. So his kid was like 1 around the same time my kid was 1. He would come and tell me these stories about like he told me one day, he's like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. Like all these chicks that like approach me, like it's insane. He's like, you must get it like 10 times worse because you got a little girl with you. And I'm just like, no, I don't know where you're shopping, but then, but can you just tell me where?
Yeah, so I can go too. There? Yeah, let me take my daughter. That's the whole story.
That was what do you want from me?
I thought you were gonna pump something out of there.
Yeah, but I mean, not here.
I felt like we left Israel out since he doesn't have any.
Tattoos, damn.
Is there a reason for that?
I guess I haven't found something that matters that much to me, or not. I mean, if there was something, I guess I would get it. But every time I think there's something, I'm like, nah, it's not that important.
Not your last name, too gangster for you.
Yeah,
but your last name on your back.
Old English writing.
Old English across your back. You got to represent, man.
It's not too late, man. It's not too late. I've entertained the idea.
Yeah. What would you get if you were to get something?
The only thing I was ever close to getting was that Joe Strummer tattoo that I wanted.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I love Joe, singer of the Clash. So he's
the stick figure drawing, right?
Yep, exactly.
So you get a stick figure. Would you put his name on your head, or?
I would just. No, I would just. There's a cool portrait I like of him, like a actual like a photograph of him, and I've had kind of messed around with it on Illustrator and just see how it would look on a tattoo, and I'm like, yeah, that would look pretty cool, you know. I think that's the only thing that's been consistent for at least, you know, the last 15 years of my life, or something that matters, that represents something, that represents, you know, other than my parents and family, but parents would probably kill me if I got a tattoo of them.
Did your parents get pissed off like when you first?
Yeah, absolutely. The first tattoo I got, at that time I was playing in a band, and we had a manager, and so my excuse was, when my parents saw it, they were like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, you know, we have a manager, and he thought it, you know, it would look, it would fit an image, or it'd look cool."
That was your excuse.
That was my excuse. And then like 2 weeks later, my mom, I think I was like washing the dishes or something, and then my mom was like, "You know, that thing's not fading." And then I just had to come clean, and she's like, "It's real, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so, you know, whatever. I don't think they'll sweat you that much though if it's like a portrait of the Virgen, you know what I mean?
Or a cross.
Or yeah, I at least minimum take, besides the elephant, because I was like, that one was just out of nowhere.
That was random.
That was so random. That
All
was
right,
just like,
question. Which ones do you regret? Do you regret any of them?
I don't regret any of them, and this is why I at least take a minimum. So far, it's been a minimum of at least 2 years of just like heavy thought behind whether I should get it or not.
Okay.
I weigh out the pros and cons because I don't want that, and so far it hasn't happened. They're all in. I've chosen the spots carefully because I think I would still want to be presentable, especially doing what I do. I'd still like to wear like a nice dressy shirt or something, and then like be able to roll up my sleeves, and you know, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
it's too late for me for that.
Yeah.
So that's why you're deciding against the neck tattoo?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I've seen so many, and I'm
So
like,
you're gonna put your girlfriend's name on your neck or whatever? Was that
No.
the story, or the lips?
Yeah, the lips.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
the lips. So what about you? Your parents give you anything for getting tattoos?
Yeah. Like my dad, he didn't really care. He's just like, whatever, you're an idiot. Do what the hell you want. My mom got pissed. She gets pissed every single time.
She disowned you?
She disowned
Every
me for,
time she sees them, she's like,
she
why?
disowned me. She just like that. Just stops talking to me for maybe 3 or 4 days, and then she just gets little by little less angry, and then she's just like, yeah, you're stupid. I don't know what you
Just don't show it to me.
Basically, yeah.
I never got any of that. My mom took me to get my first tattoo,
Oh.
and she's like, "Well, you're going to be 18, so have you decided what you wanted?" I'm like, "No, I don't know what I want yet." She's like, "Well, you know, your 18th birthday, you better come up with something, or else I'm going to come up with something." I was like, damn, it was like that, huh?
Like pressure. All right.
Yeah. My mom was the black sheep, so
That's awesome.
so she wanted me to get one too.
Was that the Mickey's
No,
tattoo on your?
no, it was the Green Lantern was the first one. Just that, you know, something that I strive to be. You know, I want to be fearless and all that stuff. And I thought, you know, something I want to be. So I put that on me. So pretty much that's what all of them represent. They're all comic book things. So
Yeah, no, I see a new one on your arm
The
there. It looks
tricep?
like it looks like it looks like Captain America.
Yeah, it's
and the shield.
it's the cap with the shield. It's not done yet. I mean, it looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, it
It's
looks really
just-
good.
Just well, Tita's working on it, but she got sick again, so I was like, I'll give her some time to get better before she adds the other shades of red and all that. And, you know, just characters that I always liked as a kid, and I was a big comic geek, so that's where they all come from.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that you were into comics. I didn't even know you could read.
No, I didn't. I just look at the pictures.
I just look at
man.
the pictures.
Just look at the pictures and then watch them on TV and the cartoons. Was it like Fox Network back in the day?
You see, they're friends. Oh, but that's Spider-Man and Ghost Goblin.
But they're in the same, so they have to be buddies, right?
They hate each other.
So anything else besides the whole war thing that you guys have in common? That
One of the things I found that we all enjoyed is we like The Simpsons. We're like,
Oh yeah, always quoting The Simpsons.
yeah.
Constantly.
you guys gonna make a song about the Simpsons? Like
That
say
would be
say
pretty cool. Like
say in a couple.
Like it's something really serious, like something, but it's like a
Simpsons
Every line is just
So what would you do if they finally like just cancel the series?
I wish they would at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no point to continue it.
I love the show, but I love it in the era that I grew up with. And now, like, I haven't watched it in like years. It's just terrible.
Now they
just
just make whatever is with the times and they kind of
just
draw
doing
it up.
just for the longevity. It's like we can do it. We have the record now. That's just driving into the ground.
It's just
like,
whatever's on relevant right now for the week.
Yeah.
Let's just do an episode about
exactly.
it. That's what it feels like.
It's gonna be an amazing time in like television too, when if we get to see like once they get replaced and what's gonna replace them, because they've been on for so long. Not only have they been on for so long, but even I remember you know not too long ago you could catch like Simpsons at like 7:30. Yeah. And then later on at like 11:30 at night, if you want.
They're on at all hours.
So there's that app. I have an app on my phone. I can watch any Simpsons episode I want.
It's like a whole
FX app. Yeah.
The one that's the craziest that I'm kind of like over. I'm probably gonna get a lot of like, you know, disappointment.
Don't worry, nobody's listening.
Yeah, exactly. Is the Family Guy one? I'm like so over. Like anytime you turn on what channel is it on? Channel 5?
Family Guy's on everything.
Yeah, it's just
Adult
like
Swim and TBS and all those.
Yeah, just kind of over it. It's like,
yeah, I always felt like Family Guy just took what was great about The Simpsons and just like went on the deep end with. I feel like it's the same like type of humor, but it's way more extreme.
I think they went more for like shock value.
Yeah,
and, coming up with like
to
inappropriate things and just
fat dad and there's a kind of smarter wife. It's the same formula.
Yeah,
family's the same, right? Sort of, I don't know.
Well, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like The Simpsons, but the one that I liked better was Futurama. To me, that was just something so creative. I'm like, wow, that's so out there, and you can just pretty much write whatever you want because you can make up the future as what you see it.
Yeah.
That's you know, I got disappointed when they canceled it. I'm like, oh man, that was a good show. And then they
brought it back for a little while.
Yeah,
right?
they brought it back, and then they finished it off again where it goes back to the first episode. So now they're like stuck in this like time loop or something. I have no idea. But the last episode ties in with the first one, so it's like you got to watch the series all over again. Yeah, I'm over that.
Yeah. So going back to The Simpsons and tattoos. Flying Hellfish tattoo is one that I've always thought of getting because I always thought that was like a cool, like the whole concept behind it, you know, everything. It's like perfect. But
is that the fish flexing?
Yeah, that's the fish flexing. I always thought that was like that or like the Stonecutters one. That was like, cool.
Well, why don't you get one of those next? Get it on your forearms so everyone can see it.
Wait, don't you have a?
Yeah, I do.
You got the Stonecutters?
No, I have a Simpsons tattoo.
What is it?
It's well, because I'm a vegan, and in this episode where Lisa becomes vegetarian.
Gazpacho or what?
Yeah, there's
Don't make friends with salad.
Yeah, Homer says that you don't win friends with salad.
Yeah,
that quote.
So you put
I have that tattoo.
that quote. That's cool, man.
Don't make friends with salad.
I thought you were gonna say you had the go back to Russia when Barney is like. When Lisa comes out with her gazpacho and he's like, "Go back to Russia."
What's the one with the like the kid from Libya? Not Libya.
Oh,
the spy.
Albania.
Albania.
Yeah. He calls Pepsi.
What was his name? Like Black Sparrow or something?
Yeah.
That's a cool name, Black Sparrow.
Yeah.
Isn't
Way
that
cooler than Máscara de Oro?
Hey. I don't know who that guy is, man. I keep hearing about him though, and he keeps ducking me because I can never wrestle that dude. Yeah, I try to get on the same shows as him, and he's not there when I show up. So
we'll probably be back on the saddle in September, playing shows again in September.
Hopefully, new songs by then.
So we can look forward to you guys doing something in September.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple shows a week or
a couple shows a month.
I think. That's a good pace.
Starting slow, huh?
I mean,
one or two a month.
I wish we could do. We can play every week.
That'd be great, but
decent sized crowd. That'd be great.
But I think it gives you a chance to kind of like anticipate wanting to see that. If
you
play too much,
we're
going
to be saturated.
whenever.
Yeah. So you guys want to play like once a month, once every other month, and then people are like, oh shit, I better go.
I think ideally like twice a month.
Twice a month, yeah.
Or are you gonna be one of those bands that stop playing for years and then you're just gonna post something last minute?
We're gonna be like 50
at like a hole in the wall bar, and everybody's gonna run in and try to catch you guys.
Honestly, with like the way music is going, I don't think you can afford to do that. I don't think people have like the attention span to pay attention that long. I think once you're out of sight, out of mind, kind of thing. If you're not staying,
if you're not relevant,
you're not, yeah.
Then people forget.
Yeah,
I still get a kick out of it though when bands perform and they don't say they're gonna do anything, but then they just show up and it's like, wow, I missed it. I still like that because I don't really watch or TV or social media. I kind of try to stay out of it. Only if I'm gonna post something where I'm gonna be, then that's what I use it for. But other than that, I don't check what other people are doing.
Yeah, one band that stands out is Green Day. I think they do that, right? They'll won't do anything and then they'll
show up and play.
And then they'll just show up and play. I think they just recently did that.
Foo Fighters do it too. They showed up like at a pizza place and performed.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a band like that and then a band like us.
But I'm just saying, eventually you can.
They can do it.
You could get
put
there.
in the work and they've, got the.
I just saw Green Day got inducted.
Hey, don't sell yourself short.
You never know, Brian. You never know.
Hey, all the hundreds of listeners might be listening to this, and you get turned on. You get more.
More you get turned on? What?
No, more people get turned on to your music after this. I'm just saying, more people might get turned on to you guys that don't. It's like, the majority of the people that listen to this are like wrestling fans. So you're getting a new audience. So we'll
take it. We need to just. Yeah, more people listen. That's a challenge nowadays. So
it's pretty much just doing whatever you can to get your name out there. That's why you guys showed up here to this podcast.
One of the things that I thought was really cool and interesting about playing the show, the
LSA show,
was I got to see a different aspect of like a different side of a craft. Wrestlers, them showing up with like their gear. Of course we show up, we've got amps, guitars, drums, and things like that. But like they were showing up, you would have never known these people were wrestlers, and then they show up. They've got their gear, which is they're all coming in with like suitcases and things like that, and that's their gear, that's their equipment to get them ready to be performers.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so awesome and interesting. And then they show up with like, these other people that help them transform into the character or help them. I'm trying to
be this character.
Or pull off the character and portray exactly. That's what I was going for. Portray a certain character. And I thought that was awesome because the only thing I've ever seen was what I do, and I know how other people do it. And so it was nice to see other people who are passionate about a craft and see a different side to doing like entertainment.
You can see how they resemble each other because in wrestling there's hundreds, thousands of guys trying to do the same thing you're doing. Wrestling the indie scenes, so it's hard to get noticed, because everybody's doing a show everywhere else. There's constantly competition in LA. There'll be like 5 different shows that are running at the same time, so it's kind of hard to get noticed. It's tough. I seen it like from both sides, but back when I was in bands, I didn't really notice it because we were performing in backyard gigs and stuff like that. And it was something for fun rather than something that I wanted to do as a career or whatever. But, I can only see how much harder it is now with everything that's going on with media and CD sales not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. So, I could only imagine how hard it is to get signed eventually because, how the hell do you sell your music now if everybody's getting it for free? Like, Tower Records going down, Virgin going down. Like, it's just sad, because I love buying CDs. That's my thing. Like Or when they come out, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, with those release dates. Yeah. Like I would love going. Yeah, I would love going and just buy a new CD from a band I never heard of, just so I can listen to something different. That's like my majority of my buys were like that because I know this guy, I know that guy, but what's coming out this week? Oh, let me let me check them out and pay $10 for that, or whatever the sale price was.
Hoping that still exists. I don't know if it exists because I haven't seen it, but I'm hoping that still exists. Maybe it exists in a new way with.
Sometimes bands will they put their stuff out like on iTunes or whatever, but then if you buy the CD, you get like bonus tracks.
Yeah.
I think a couple of bands did that. But anyways, I was saying, that's just. That's what I look forward to. Like if somebody releases a CD and they have like bonus tracks or something cool, like on the album cover. Because I love reading the booklets.
Yeah.
I hate buying stuff on iTunes and not getting anything else. Because then I feel, what if my computer crashes? Then I lose the music.
Yeah.
But then I at least have it on a CD and I can transfer it.
Half of the aesthetic is like the artwork and the tangible item that you can flip through. You can read the lyrics.
Yes, that's what I do. I look at the booklet as I'm listening to the album. That's just something I always loved to do as a kid. I'll be listening in my room, flipping through the pages, looking at the pictures and everything, trying to, you get more of like what the band's about. Like, hey, look at these cool pictures that they're taking. Look at these places they've been and stuff. But now, like, you buy it on iTunes, you don't get anything. You just the music, and I have nothing to look at, nothing to read about them, or the special thanks to such and such for buying me my guitar or anything. So I don't know anything.
It all tells a story. Yeah, and I guess our concern, or just what I've seen, with the new generations, is that the people's attention span isn't. They have such a short attention span. They just want like snippets of music, one song here, one song there. They'll buy a track here, a track there.
Yeah, instead of buying a whole album, they just buy songs. And
that was maybe created for the intent of a whole experience, but they just cherry pick things and they don't get the full effect of it.
Yeah, that's what kills it too, because they just buy the singles now and they don't listen to anything else that the band came up with that's even better than the singles that they're allowed to put on the radio.
Because whether it's a concept, like the albums used to be like a concept from start to finish, so each song was connected to one another, and I don't even know if that happens as much as it used to. I'm sure
maybe.
It does, but it's not mainstream.
It's not as visible.
It's not like top of the charts like a band like Radiohead.
Yeah.
Or, Led Zeppelin or something.
I wonder what people think when they buy a song on iTunes, and like when the song ends and it's like the intro to the next song. I wonder if people even get it now. Like, what is that? Is it intro to another song, or they just cut it out before?
I don't know. I don't even know if they think twice about it.
They probably don't even get that far into the song before they change it to something else, because
that's probably very likely.
You probably listen to the first 30 minutes of a song, or 30 seconds, and then switch it to the next song without listening to the whole thing in its entirety. I noticed a lot of songs, like back in the day, had little intros at the end of their song for the next song. And it's like, people that are buying it on iTunes, do they get that snippet, or do they cut it out on iTunes so you don't?
Yeah, I don't know.
One problem is that there's a pause now, right, between tracks.
Well, you could set it to seamless playback.
Seamless playback, yeah.
But you have to know how to do that. Yeah.
See, I'm not good at that. Like,
you just pop in a CD and it.
Yeah, that's so I have CDs. I listen to CDs when I'm driving, or I go train at the gym. I try to figure out how to put it on my phone or put it on my iPod, and I'm like still like, oh, what is this new technology?
I think it just speaks to this idea of people just want it to come down to convenience. What's easy and simple and convenient for them, and they don't want to have to hassle with. Oh, I have to carry this disc around. I have to.
Well, I like that though. I still got my Walkman and my CD one that and it still works, but no tapes. But my CD one still works. I still play with that one around sometimes, but I can't use it when I go to the gym because you're jogging and you just start skipping everything. So it's no good. It's no good for me. But so that's why they put it on my phone or put it on the. I still can't figure that out. But the only place that's still good that I go to is Amoeba. That's it. Amoeba Records. I think that's the only place open to buy CDs or records or tapes now. Kind of sucks.
To the larger extent.
But it has a good selection.
It's huge. I love going there, but it's sad that that's the only place now.
Yeah.
Or you can go to Target, but then Target only sells mainstream stuff.
You have a selection of 50 CDs maybe.
Yeah, just mainstream artists that are current. And then once like say their album's been out for a month, they just get rid of it and put somebody else on, so you can't even get their stuff anymore. So that's what sucks about them. Or I mean, well, probably any store like that now that sells CDs is the lifespan is just short. You know, they're only on the shelf for a certain amount of time, then they throw them out and don't even put them in the bag. They just get rid of them.
You're probably lucky if you see an artist maintain like a #1 chart spot for 3 weeks. I mean, that's probably unheard of at this point.
Brian, any input to that? You don't even know what we're talking about?
I have no idea. I just came back in.
I agree.
I like turtles.
No, I don't know. You know, one thing I think of is like the big arena rock bands, like and like the whole like big like tour buses and crazy like fans. I think the last band to pull that off, in my opinion, was probably like Blink-182, to have like crazy like escorts like to the, you know, the venue and all this stuff. I mean, I don't know if we'll see another band that's gonna draw that much attention that'll be that crazy, especially.
Hey, is any shows relevant anymore? Like the Warped Tour, does that mean anything to perform at the Warped Tour?
You know, I think it's still a pretty cool place to go and like catch bands. The thing that's not cool about it is a couple years back, Taking Back Sunday was headlining Warped Tour, and it had been years since I had gone to one. And I think I might have been like 28 or 29 at the time when they were headlining, and I just felt so out of place. I was like, I felt like the old kids. Like all these young kids. I just felt like the old man there. Luckily for me though, there was a guy that made me feel a lot better, because he was probably like at least 4 years older than me, still trying to rock like the Hurley shirt with like the head, you know, I mean the hat all to the side, and then like the socks up high with like the
the shorts,
the shorts,
the Dickies.
Yeah. It was he was still trying to pull that look off, you know. It was just like, wow, and he was pushing a stroller.
Oh,
so I was like, wow, they let babies.
They let babies in the Warped Tour. Yeah, they do. The last Warped Tour I went to was like in 03, or I believe, or was it 04? But Social Distortion wasn't even playing in the main stage. They were playing on the side, on the back of a truck. You know, like there was like one of those diesel trucks, and they just opened it up. Yeah, and Social D was on there, and they weren't even on the main stage. And it's like this band, this big band, is playing here where these young up-and-coming bands are playing on the main stage and no one's going to hear about in a couple of years. Like, these guys deserve to be on the main stage, but they're playing over here, and you don't know about it. Because I was walking around, I'm like, well, when's Social D up? You know, it says they're going to play at 3 in the afternoon. Why are they playing at 3 in the afternoon? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, I'm at the main stage, the other stage, and there's like bands I don't even remember, or I never heard of, and then I'm just walking, like, screw this. And I'm like walking down the back, and then I hear music playing. I'm like, sounds familiar. And then I find them, and they're playing way off on the end, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. That's what I hate. Like, after that one, I was like turned off. Yeah. And I don't want to go anymore, because I got to walk around and find things, and people are not playing where they should play. So I don't even know what they put in these shows anymore.
I probably have the same sentiment as Brian. I just feel so out of place at this point, and it's like, I don't even know what I'd be doing there.
I went to the first Warped Tour ever.
Yeah.
1997?
That was when the first one happened?
I think it was.
Around that time, yeah.
It was, headliners were Pennywise and NoFX.
Probably.
But Aquabats played in the side stage, like the small stage.
Yeah.
Goldfinger. That was such an awesome show.
Yeah, I think Pennywise was there when I went to one. I think 02 or something. And they weren't even playing on the main stage. They were playing on the side stage. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
Well, we were talking about, do you think things like that are still relevant? Do you think they still grab attention?
That was started as an underground thing. Those kind of shows. Coachella was an underground. I went to the first Coachella in 99?
99.
98,
and
something like that.
It was a small community of people that got together, and it wasn't the big marketing behemoth that it is today.
Yeah.
It's different. I think there's new festivals that are kind of representative of that. Like,
too many festivals now? It seems like there's literally one every week.
Oh, yeah. Was there that many festivals growing up? I mean,
No.
there wasn't, right?
No.
No. Like, to me, Warped Tour growing up was something special. But
That was
now-
it. Warped Tour and then Coachella when it came
Yeah,
out.
now when I hear Warped Tour, it's like a bunch of no-name bands I never heard of that you're not going to hear about next year anyway. Ozfest? I don't
What about Lilith Fair?
Oh man, wow. I think that deserves one of these.
I don't hear anything. I will.
Imagine it. See.
What
Great timing, Brian.
Yeah, you're all-
Oh, wait. There was another festival. The Hootenanny. That was pretty big.
Oh, that's right.
That's still going on.
That still goes on, I believe.
What
Yeah.
about this
All Tomorrow's parties.
electronic
not-
music
Oh,
crap that's
EDC?
going on? Yeah. What do you think about that stuff?
I don't know. Great place to do drugs.
I mean, like, why
Guess
would I
so.
pay like $100 to go watch some guy push buttons on his laptop?
Well, you're not
That's
doing
how I
that.
see
You're
it.
just
I
there
guess
to, like,
to see girls
get-
in like
see girls
in
get-
their underwear.
Yeah,
So you're paying to see the girls.
and get effed up. Yeah.
But like to me, it's like, man, I wish I would learn how to do that electronic crap because then I could just record stuff and put it on my computer and pretend like I'm playing something and
video.
push buttons and get paid for it. Because these guys are getting ridiculous amounts of money
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
There are some musicians that are actually very good at their
At-
craft,
at
but
their
they're in the
craft.
minority, I think.
I think, well, it's just you think about the logistics of it. You don't have to have a band. Number one, you just, I mean, it's cheap, it's low cost, and high.
cheap.
I get maybe not, but you know what, dude? You can buy. I mean, you can get software. You can get any GarageBand. You could do that stuff on GarageBand if you really wanted. Get a cheap MIDI keyboard. I mean, if you really wanted to, you can make that music on a budget.
I like the Chemical Brothers growing up when they
Oh,
started
yeah.
doing that, or Fatboy Slim. But now I don't even know who's doing this stuff anymore. It's just like they're finding people out of the woodwork, and they're all coming out and.
Well, it's DJs. Well, because the Chemical Brothers and like Crystal Method, all those bands, they didn't call themselves DJs. They were like electronic musicians, so they knew how to. Did they play live synths and stuff like that? I mean, they probably. I mean, like, Prodigy. That was another.
Oh yeah, Prodigy was
Prodigy
one
was
too.
awesome.
So now it's just some dude in his garage that buys all the software and just puts it on his computer, huh?
Well, there's always all these YouTube videos of like.
How to do it?
Well, there's guys like at concerts, and you could just they catch them basically just pretending.
and they're not doing
They're not doing
anything.
anything. They're just like they're pretending they're touching like and adjusting like volumes, and they're not even doing anything.
Yeah.
They're just their hands are hovering
What if
over.
the track like starts looping and
Yeah.
skipping? And
I saw one of those videos once where this dude was like, messing with his stuff.
Yeah.
And then the camera starts panning out, and you notice that it's not even plugged into anything. So it was just there, and he didn't have it was like he follows the cord, and the cord is just hanging off the table. And I'm like, really? And this dude was like jamming out, like going all hardcore, and it's just a recording that he did earlier, I suppose. But it was horrible. Anything else you guys want to talk about or want to put out there?
just if you want to check out the tracks, I mean, we kind of talked about them a little bit, but it'd probably be better to hear the lyrics with the music together. So just go to regimenoir.com.
Yeah, it's all there. RegimeNoir.com. Regime, RegimeNoir.com.
Yeah,
Videos.
I don't think people know French, so they're like, "What is noir?"
What's no ear?
Yeah, how do you know noir? No, noir,
That
noir,
happened all
no.
accidentally, huh? The noir part.
Yeah.
What's in the name?
Exactly.
Well, it still made it unique,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Never is something different. Never heard of that. Well, there you have it. That's part 2 of our interview with Regime Noir. Hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for next week's episode with special guest El Ridiculoso. And remember to follow us on Twitter, visit the website at furiouswithff.com, and subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. As promised, we'll be closing this show with the full-length song from Regime Noir. And as always, if you're going to do it furiously, and if not, go fave yourself.
chance for me, last 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 chance for me.